the mum champagne.
It's nice.
And it's actually quite nice.
Yep.
Cheers.
Cheers.
I'm kidding.
Like
Relax.
lounging because you said I couldn't sit on the pillows. No, relax. We don't sit on the pillows, please.
Okay, do
Right,
whatever.
so that's what I'm trying to match up.
Do whatever you feel is best.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm close.
Okay. I love you.
Two.
Okay. Well, this is episode 1.
Exciting.
I know.
We've been talking about this for a long time.
Yes.
Very long time.
I've been on it every day. First episode and first few episodes are going to be essentially about mum's diagnosis.
Yeah.
I'm crying already.
Nice.
What a very quick snapshot of those couple of years, but more focusing on that sort of like the final year, the final month, the day of, la la la. And you're better at pronouncing what mum had than I am. I can't say metastasized, but the other way of saying it,
Metastatic?
that's the one.
Metastatic.
So mum's, why am I laughing?
So you had metastatic breast cancer?
Yes. So what was it? Metastatic cancer. So it was breast cancer initially. And yeah, it was quite early on. Yeah, I think I was like 14. And she just had radiotherapy after surgery, and they said it was all good. But little do we know, it had actually gone up into her collarbone, because radiotherapy is like a spot treatment thing, whereas chemo is like does your whole body, you know?
Yeah.
So because it was quite small, they just did radiotherapy, not knowing that they'd missed a spot. But that sat dormant for like 10 years. And then I think I was like 26 or 27. And it came back, and it was up in her collarbone neck area, but it was too big to operate on. So they did radiation first.
Yeah.
And then surgery, and then chemo. And like, I know you can't be like, you know, what ifs, but I do wonder if they'd done chemo the first time,
What if, yeah.
they would have got that bit.
Yeah.
Anyway, keep it together.
You don't have to keep it together.
I do my makeup.
You look pretty anyway.
Thanks.
Yeah.
So, yeah, so then she had chemo when it was all clear, and I think she was in remission again for like 2 or so years, because then it came back, third and final.
Yeah.
Just after I turned 30. And yeah, and then that's when it was like terminal, and it had spread everywhere. So initially she knew something was wrong because it was her lungs, it was her breathing. And then, yeah, when they had scans, it was everywhere. It was like brain, neck, lungs, lymph, stomach. I think it was like everywhere. And yeah, terminal. So yeah, that happened 3 years ago.
Yeah.
Right after we met.
Yeah, it was. Year we met.
So, yeah, how do I word it? I'd had a bit of a hectic life, and you and I got together and we went official. And I remember having a month or 5 weeks, something of just being like, every week was good, and there wasn't some crazy event, and
everything was very, very happy.
And I remember
we
telling...
just driving around just screaming at each other. Like,
life is so good! And I remember telling all my clients that, like, it was almost like my fairy tale princess ending. Like, I'd been through a lot, literally since I was, like, at least 7. But, yeah, really crazy life. And then I met Jessie and everything was good. And I remember, yeah, it was 6 weeks of just being like, this is not like the end, but like the end in a good way. I was like, everything is calm. This is what it feels like to not have drama, not have anything crazy. And I remember I used to say, like, I was almost jealous of clients that were like, every 2 weeks, how are you? What's new? Nothing. And I was like, what's that like? Like, I had that. And then you actually got the call.
Yeah. she did. She called me on my way home.
Yeah.
To see you. I can't remember if I'd met her at that point.
Briefly.
Briefly, yeah, in passing.
A little bit in passing.
She called me to let me know. Not that she didn't say that something would happen. She just was very cryptic about it.
Yeah.
And then eventually she told me what had actually happened, but she said not to tell you, but then actually get you prepared and to bring you over to see her. So she went about a very back end kind of way.
Yeah.
Which is her kind of way of trying. She wanted to lessen the blow as much as possible.
She wanted me to be in a safe space.
Yeah, you were in a safe space.
I was getting tattooed.
You weren't, but you didn't know anything then.
No, the minute you called me, I knew.
Yeah.
No, because...
You didn't know, you just knew something was wrong.
No, I knew, because I remember leaving the tattoo appointment knowing. You called me and you just said there was something about your mum has news and we have to go over, and my heart dropped immediately.
Yeah.
Where's those tissues?
I got your tissues. I scratched them all up in a ball, nice for you, so they don't take up much space.
Thank you.
Oh. Convenient, really.
I really appreciate the thought. Yeah. I knew immediately.
Yeah.
There's nothing else that Mum would call you for to talk to me about.
Yeah.
And it's not my first time, so I knew.
Yeah.
I think we were having games night that night. That we cancelled really last minute. I think people were already driving on the way to our house.
I think so. We definitely had something.
We had a big games night. I had to just be like, everyone, like, fuck off.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I went to Mum's and she was having a champagne with Jodie.
Yeah.
And yeah, it was just
there as well.
Jodie.
Wasn't three of them?
No. It was the four of us. And yeah, I think, so I remember her obviously telling us and that this time it had spread, and obviously it's the first time being terminal, you're not terminal twice.
Yeah.
But it was the first time that it wasn't like, here's the treatment plan.
Yeah.
Here's what we're doing. It was just like really hopeless.
Yeah.
Just
was.
Yeah. And I remember walking out with you. And just being like, I think we'd been together. I think we were official like 6 weeks. Like I'd known you for I don't know, like 3 months, 4 months, but we were officially together for 6 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
She asked to be your girlfriend.
Did, yes.
And I remember I hugged you outside Mum's house, and I just said, like, if you want to go, I get it.
Yeah.
Because, especially being terminal, I just felt like I was in for a really long ride. And I didn't, obviously I knew that we were obviously great together, but it's a lot to take on for someone you've been with 6 weeks. Because it was kind of like, there was no hope, I guess. Like, this is inevitable. This is going to happen. And I felt bad for you. I was just like, you don't need to be doing this.
Yeah.
What did you do?
Stay by. I said, no, I'm not leaving. I proposed a month later.
So we got engaged.
Yes.
It's funny because, like, I know we would have got ripped to shreds. I think our engagement announcement photo was like shared like 130 times or so.
Yeah, it was shared quite a few times. So makes sense because
I get it. It's tea. No, I get it. It's
official for was it 10 weeks and we're engaged.
When you put it that way, it sounds crazy, but it's best as fuck boy. Yeah. It sounds crazy. So yeah, no, I get it, but it's so funny that you just never know what's going on behind closed doors. And like we'd already had a few like traumas before this happened, and it's kind of like I always say, like, you can have someone in your life for so long and think you've got a certain thing, and then when things happen, it's not what you thought. It's not the support, and it's not what you thought you had. Whereas I found with us, it's shit happens straight away.
Yeah.
We had so much happen straight away that it's like you showed up for me more than anyone except Mum, who'd been in my life for years and years and years. And it's yeah, that whole situation with Mum, which people wouldn't have known from the outside. And I'm sure, yeah, I'm rambling. I know it looked nuts.
Yeah, it's Ramble's podcast.
That's so true.
Go on a tangent. Get a tangent.
Oh my God.
Beat around the bush. Go for it. You do it.
Short story long.
Yeah, short story long.
I love short story long.
Yeah, short story long.
Anyway, to the point. Yeah, I just feel like it's funny how something can look on the outside, but obviously like what was happening on the inside, it all made perfect sense and it all felt so right, and it was right. So anyway, that happened. Mum got diagnosed terminal. We got engaged, and then our wedding I think it was 13 months from getting engaged, and obviously we're nearly at 2 years. Oh my God, in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
2 years? 3 years? 2 years?
Wait, 2 years.
2 years
married.
officially married?
Yeah. It's a wedding anniversary.
No, I'm trying to work out though if it was year 2 or 3.
2.
I've had my brain.
It's as the completion of our 2nd year, and we're on to our 3rd year.
Thank you.
We got married 2 years ago, March the 3rd.
2023.
Yeah.
Thank you. I'm so confused in my brain.
Yeah.
Oh, shush.
Yeah. You don't know much.
I don't know much.
You're cute though.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Point being, short story long. That's such a good name for a podcast, short story long. Maybe I should change the name. We weren't sure if Mum was going to make it to our wedding. And I remember it was 13 months. And my biggest stress was, do we need to bring the date forward? How is she going? Like, la, la, la. And it's to jump to a different point. When she passed, I kept saying I thought we had longer and la, la, la. And you kind of made this really good point of like, we got 3 years. We didn't even think we were going to get 1.
You didn't think she was going to make it to the wedding.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I know.
You were so worried that she wasn't going to be able to walk you down the aisle.
I know.
Or see you married.
I know.
You were afraid you weren't going to go on any trips with her. You weren't going to do anything with her.
Yeah.
Afraid of a lot of these things, but no amount of time would have been long enough. But what you did have was a great time, full of great memories, and you guys grew even closer over this time.
Yeah.
Got to have so many nice times, and she had a great time.
I know.
Remember what her last word to her? So happy. So happy. Because you gave her another wonderful experience, and she was just so happy. Yeah, she was just so happy about that. That's all she could say after that was so happy.
No.
Such a good time.
Good day.
Good day. Good day.
Good day.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a whole episode in itself.
Yeah.
Back to
short story long.
Back to it's 5 years, 6 years, I would still be just as devastated as I am now. So you're right. I need to be focused on the fact that I thought we only had a year.
Where are you going?
I don't know. So essentially, that was the diagnosis. That was the last, what even is that? Like, you said 18 years? Was it 18 years ago?
Yes.
That's like...
I'm 14.
It's so fucked to think that, I've been doing this for 18 years.
Yeah.
Obviously the first 2 times weren't terminal, and as scary as they were, there was hope. And you knew, even if someone's not terminal, they may not survive. I know all of that. But it's so... There's a plan, there's an end date, there's reviews, and you're prepared for the worst, but you've got the stats on your side. And it's just, even that was still brutal to go through. But yeah, having it be terminal, and then when she passed, and I kind of realized this hasn't just been 3 years, this has been 18 years. This has been
more than half your life.
Yeah. And it just makes me so sad for her. Like, imagine just being like constantly sick and constantly scared. And as scared as I was to lose my mum, it's like she would have been so scared to leave me, you know?
Yeah.
And it's just, I can't imagine being a mother and just being constantly worried about being sick and leaving them. And I know that's why, like, mum stayed in her marriage and why she wanted me to stay in my other marriage, because she just didn't want me to be alone. She wanted me to have a stepdad or a partner because she knew she was always sick. I can't. I think about it a lot from her perspective, and it just makes my heart. And all the pain, and just all the surgeries, all the biopsies, all the medication, the, what do you call it? The fucking, what's, like, not the word aftermath, but like side effects, all the side effects. Yeah. There we go. All of that just, rips me to shreds. Yeah. But essentially, so unfair. Mm-hmm. I'm jumping to another episode, but even like cleaning her house out and finding her little like anti-nausea tablets and her zinc bags and her little crackers.
Little crackers?
Little crackers,
yeah. You got a little nose. Nice. And I have a tissue. You got a tissue. He's breathing.
Yeah.
He's breathing. You don't know your nose?
I didn't know anything.
You don't nose anything.
Don't nose anything. Yeah. Anyway. So that's that. Yeah. I feel like, our next few episodes, because how long have we been talking?
I don't know.
I don't know either.
I don't know.
Our next few episodes, I kind of want to go into, because obviously, like you said, we did so much, and we did New Zealand, and we did Melbourne a lot, because Melbourne was somewhere that, obviously it's fun and we love it, but like it was just close enough,
easy
like
for her to go through, because traveling became quite hard for her. She was so tired.
An hour on the plane and her bones hurt. So we did so many trips, and I think, and again, I'm jumping to like another episode, but it's making the most of what you do have, because I know a lot of the discussions I've had online have been people saying that because they were scared that, their mum was dying, or the parent was scared that they were dying, and they just closed up and they didn't talk about it and they wouldn't acknowledge it. And then at the end of the day, they're, fucking dead. And you haven't, like, the child that's left, you've made no memories. You don't have, like, I am so devastated, but I have so much to hold on to.
So many memories.
So many memories. Yeah. And, so many conversations. And I know there'll be a portion of people that think I'm nuts for filming everything that I do, but it's like, that's all you have left. Yeah. And they bring me so much comfort. Yeah. And I know, like, I don't really care about, like, the hate on it, because the amount of people that, messaged me that I inspired them to film something. You don't have to post it. I'm a poster. I've been oversharing since fucking Instagram came out. But you don't have to post it, but it's just having those memories for yourself, because people say, like, even 10 years on, like, your memory gets fuzzy and you can't quite remember how they sounded or what they, exactly what they look like. And trauma's got a weird way of erasing things in your brain. So having that is like my biggest advice, is just filming everything and just doing everything you can. And a lot of people definitely think that Mum and I were really brave and really at peace with her dying, which is like absolutely not the case. Not at peace at all. We just knew, we accepted it was happening, and the lesser evil was like filming everything and making all these memories so that she could make the most of what she had left. And she absolutely still had her tantrums and her sad days and her down days, but as much as we could, we made memories. Even if it's just going for a coffee, we did as much as we could.
Lots of little coffees.
Absolutely.
And our cafes, breakfasts.
Yeah. And St. Louis down the road.
Yeah. Little scrambled eggs.
Yeah, dairy-free.
Dairy-free.
Oh, see, even not ordering that for her.
Yeah,
anyway.
sometimes gluten-free, sometimes not, depending how frisky she's feeling.
Frisky?
Yeah, sometimes, like, just battle it out. Might upset your tummy. I didn't know if she was super convinced if she was gluten-free or not. Sometimes she felt like it did, and sometimes it didn't.
To be honest, I think she just had stomach cancer.
Yeah,
and
probably,
everything.
Yeah, probably, yeah. I always had stomach cancer.
Yeah. I think it was just the stomach cancer.
Yeah, it's probably just upset his tummy, man.
Yeah, and
So more.
I told you would laugh. There's an eyelash in my eye now. Where's I going with that? Oh, the memories. So it's like, shutting yourself in a room and not talking about it and not doing anything out of like almost spite for the situation doesn't change it.
Yeah.
And so we made, and that's what she said in hospice too. She was like, never wasted a good day, any day that she could do something and get out, like we did, and she did. And so it's like, it's not bravery, and it wasn't that we were okay with it, but it's also just like, it's going to happen. And like, I'm devastated and I missed her terribly, but I really feel like I can say like I don't have any regrets because
no, you don't.
I did everything I could.
You did everything. You did really good.
She did everything that she could.
Yeah.
And that's why I encourage people to like, you don't have to talk about it. Just go and just do things together, because that is what is going to keep you slightly sane when that's all you have left. Yeah. So, she was, yeah. Also, what the fuck? How was that 3 years ago and here? Yeah. I always knew since I was a little girl that I wanted to talk a lot of the time. Yeah. And this is really, this is good. Yeah, you're good at talking. Someone told me I was brave for doing this. Like, no, I just want to talk. I just like yapping. I can't shut up. No, you can't. I can't. No. Syndrome. Yeah. You've got yapper syndrome. Little yappity. Yeah. Yep. Thank God podcasts have been invented. I have an outlet. I know. You came out of the womb screaming and you haven't stopped screaming since. So, all your life. Yeah. 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 I'm good at lashes, but I think I'm better at talking even. You're very good at talking. Yeah. Well, you use your lashes to talk to people. It's true. Yeah. They pay me and they have to listen to me talk about my dead mum for half an hour at a time. Imagine if you had just like a solo job when you weren't working with anyone. No contact and stuff. Oh, so we have dinner in 12 minutes for Valentine's Day. Yeah, we do. So I guess that's episode 1. Episode 1? Yes. And yeah, I think next episode we'll go into that fucking shit show of the 2 months. Yeah. All right. My makeup's still good? Yeah, it looked great. Bullfrog? Bullfrog. It's not a bullfrog. For Susan. Bullfrog for Susan. Oh. All right. Okay. Let's go.